In a powerful and candid conversation, two of Hollywood's most iconic figures, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Jon Hamm, opened up about their battles with melancholic depression, a side of their lives rarely seen by the public. The Rock, known for his larger-than-life persona, revealed how depression almost derailed his future. He shared how it led him to drop out of school, abandon his football dreams, and experience a devastating mental spiral after his first divorce. Even his legendary WWE career was affected by the dark grip of depression. Similarly, Jon Hamm, famed for his role in Mad Men, opened up about suffering from melancholic depression since childhood. Despite growing up with a solid support system, Hamm struggled to get out of bed for hours, especially after the death of both his parents. Losing his mother in 2010 marked a pivotal point, as it triggered an 8-year struggle that kept him from taking on new movie roles. Their stories are not just a glimpse into their personal struggles, but a powerful reminder of the unseen battles many face behind the fame. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Masterpiece. Today we're diving into melancholic depression. Whether you're a longtime subscriber or this is your first time here, I'm thrilled to have you join me. In this video we'll be exploring its characteristics. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, renowned for his larger-than-life persona both in the ring and on the big screen, has often shared an image of invincibility and relentless optimism. However, beneath that muscular exterior lies a story of struggle, pain, and profound battles with mental health. In a candid conversation on a podcast, The Rock opened up about his bouts with depression, revealing how even a man with his level of success and strength can be brought down by the invisible weight of mental health struggles. For Johnson, depression didn't just impact his career, it shaped the trajectory of his life in ways that many may not expect. His first encounter with depression occurred during his time at the University of Miami, where he was working toward his dream of becoming a professional football player. At the time, The Rock had no idea what depression was. He couldn't identify the emotional weight he felt. "I didn't want to go to school," he admitted. "I was ready to leave." The pressure to excel, combined with the emotional and physical toll of football, became overwhelming.
After I was not drafted in the NFL, I had to move back in with my parents in a small apartment in Tampa. And again, dreams dashed. You work so hard, and then somebody's saying that, well, you're just not good enough, and you got to go home. And at 23, you think life is over. I fell into a deep depression, and I remember at that time, the only thing I wanted to do was clean the walls. I grabbed some cleaner and a rag, and for days, I would clean. I cleaned everything. It was just the only thing I can control. I found that with depression, one of the most important things you could realize is that you're not alone. You're not the first to go through it. You're not going to be the last to go through it. And oftentimes it happens. You feel like you're alone, and you feel like it's only you, and you're in your bubble. And I wish I had someone at that time who could just pull me aside and, hey, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
But it wasn't just the sport itself that pushed him over the edge. A serious shoulder injury requiring extensive surgery marked a turning point for him, a physical limitation that left him questioning his future. This sense of uncertainty became a breeding ground for depression. He stopped attending classes, avoided team meetings, and quit working out. He was spiraling into a deep depression, yet he didn't know how to address it. For many, such a period could have been a career-ending moment, but for The Rock, who would go on to become one of the most beloved and successful athletes and actors in the world, his mental health crisis didn't stop him, at least not immediately. He admits that he never sought help during that time, nor did he have the emotional tools to properly cope. However, his experience with depression didn't end there. In fact, another wave of despair hit him after his first marriage to Dani Garcia ended in divorce in 2008. The breakdown of his long-term relationship led to yet another bout of deep melancholy. Once again, The Rock was unable to fully address his emotional turmoil, though he battled through it with sheer willpower. "I didn't know what mental health was," he said. This time, though, he had more of a support system around him. Friends and colleagues who recognized his struggles, even when he was too stubborn to acknowledge them. Still, the weight of his emotions lingered, further emphasizing how depression can persist, even for those who seemingly have it all. It wasn't until 2017, nearly a decade later, that The Rock finally started to identify his feelings as depression. It was then that he realized the importance of addressing his mental health, not just brushing it aside or suppressing it. "Luckily at that time, I had some friends who I could lean on," he reflected. With a new understanding of what he was experiencing, Johnson finally allowed himself to talk about his struggles. something he had never done. He was able to pinpoint his feelings of darkness and sadness, and he learned how vital it was to speak up. In sharing his experience, The Rock stressed the importance of seeking help, particularly for men, who for too long have been socialized to hide their emotional pain. The Rock's openness about his struggles is a rare and important moment in a world where mental health is often dismissed or misunderstood, particularly for men. His story is a reminder that even those who appear invincible are not immune to the battles of the mind. Today, as a successful actor, producer, and entrepreneur, The Rock has found peace with his mental health journey. Yet he continues to emphasize the need for men to break the silence surrounding their feelings, recognizing that true strength lies not in suppression, but in the courage to talk and seek help. His vulnerability is an invaluable lesson for us all. No one, no matter how powerful, is immune to the challenges of mental health, and asking for help is a powerful tool for healing. On the other hand, the Mad Men star Jon Hamm opened up on his journey with melancholic depression is a testament to the quiet struggles many face, even when they appear to have everything on the surface. Hamm's personal story is one of long-term emotional turmoil that began in his childhood. Losing both of his parents at a young age set the stage for a lifetime battle with depression. His mother passed away when he was just 10 years old, and his father died a decade later when Hamm was 20. The loss of his father, in particular, left him unmoored and in bad shape, as he later admitted. At that point, the weight of grief became inextricably linked to the dark thoughts and feelings that would follow him throughout his adult life. While many people cope with loss by leaning on their support systems, Hamm's experience was marked by a deep sense of isolation. Despite having friends, family, and a successful career, he found himself unable to pull himself out of the emotional hole he had fallen into. As a young man, Hamm would often stay in bed well into the afternoon, unable to get up, unable to function. The depression was debilitating, leaving him with little motivation to engage with the world. "I don't want to sleep until 4 in the afternoon," he said, acknowledging how his depression had taken away his drive and energy.
She had her colon removed, 2 feet of, I think, cancerous intestine, ends up passing away in her 30s. You were 10 at the time, and I believe you less remember the death and more remember the impact it had on your family. In what ways?
I mean, losing a parent at a young age is I think the only worst thing to do is lose a child, which I was watching my grandfather and grandmother lose their child, their oldest child. You know, she's 35 years old. It's too soon. And you know, it's a terrible way to die. It just is. And I remember being a little kid, no capacity to process it. It's a crater, and you realize this explodes, and you have to kind of manage it, but you don't know what it's like to mourn or grieve or go through the famous sort of processes, because you're a kid. You think everything lives forever. I mean, I had friends and I had, sisters and I had aunts and uncles, but I didn't have mom and dad. And I give thanks, to the people in my life who helped me reorient during that time, which were these really close family friends. The Simmonses, the Clarks, and the Wilsons.
And what did she say that got you to finally go?
Well, she's like, you're sleeping till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, something's not right. You need to see somebody. You're not well. And for me, it was like, I'll be fine. It's like stiff upper lip, kind of Midwestern. Like, don't worry about it. I'm fine. He's not fine. This is not fine.
In 2010, Hamm made the brave decision to open up about his struggles with depression. By that time, he had already achieved fame with a show that ironically mirrored many of the emotional challenges he was facing off screen. The heavy nature of the character, coupled with his own personal grief and depression, took its toll. Hamm turned to alcohol as a coping mechanism, using it to dull the pain and escape from his feelings. However, it wasn't just alcohol that kept Hamm trapped in his struggles. His depression, which had plagued him since childhood, remained a constant battle. It wasn't until he sought professional help that he began to make real progress. Jon Hamm's openness about his battle with melancholic depression and addiction serves as a powerful reminder that even those who seem to have it all, success, fame, and fortune, are not immune to the struggles of the mind. Dwayne Johnson and Jon Hamm's candid revelations about their struggles with melancholic depression serve as powerful reminders that mental health challenges affect everyone, regardless of fame or success. Both men, despite their larger-than-life personas, have faced deep emotional battles that have shaped their lives and careers. Their openness not only breaks down the stigma surrounding mental health, but also offers hope and strength to those facing similar battles, reminding us that talking about our struggles is a vital first step toward healing. And there you have it. I hope you found this video helpful and learned something new. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content like this. Don't forget to hit that notification bell to stay updated. If you have any questions or topics you'd like me to cover next, make sure to drop them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.